All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started. So please make sure you scan the QR code so that you can get signed in. So for your attendance, and we'll get started. Go ahead, guys.
Welcome to the first SNHS meeting of the year. We're going to revisit membership expectations. You have to be present at all meetings. If you get 3 unexcused absences, you will be asked to leave the club. If you have an excuse note, just give it to Miss Addy. You have to participate in at least 3 activities per semester, and then 10 hours throughout the year. We're looking for active participation on the club. We raised $233 for the American Cancer Society. The campaign grant. And for our Winter Olympics, congratulations to Team Slay all day.
Good job, you guys. That was really fun for the teams we had participate. I think they really enjoyed it. It was chaos, which is what it's supposed to be. And I'm really excited, and hopefully we'll get to do it again next year.
So some community service opportunities that we do recycling every day. I mean, not every day, every Wednesday and Friday after school. You get 30 hours per time you do it. 30 minutes, sorry.
Not 30 hours.
We also do keep VHS clean. We do service Saturdays. The next one's gonna be next Saturday, which is January 21st, and it's gonna be around 9 a.m. in the cafeteria outside, and you get stationed and you clean the stairways, the windows and whatnot, but it's really fun. I've done it before. And then we have a VHS spin night on January 26th from 5 to 8. So you can just rep Science Honor Society if you guys want.
And we're still not sure what that's going to look like yet. So just if you're interested in those hours, just text me on Remind. And when I know, I'll let you know. But I don't know just yet.
So we're about to hold our elections for the SNHS officers. On the board, we're all seniors, so we would like some underclassmen on there. And these are all the positions, and we can go around and say what we do up here.
I'm the president. There's meetings. We do board meetings once a month. You have to attend, and then it's really just you gotta really participate. Be there for mostly everything.
Kind of be the liaison between you guys and me, and just sort of help facilitate the year-long events and just make sure that the club is maintained to that high standard. Our vice president isn't here, but for the vice president position, you also serve as the ICC representative for Science Honor Society. So that means that in addition to Science Honor Society, you have to meet, I think it's once a quarter. It might be once a month, I'm not sure, but with the Interclub Council, and that's with Dr. B, and that's kind of, they tell us from Venice High School what gets filtered down to the club, and then we give that information to you guys. And then basically, if the president is unable to attend or do something for Science Honor Society, the vice president would step up and be that person.
For secretary, you want to ensure that all the paperwork gets in. So for all of our fundraisers, you have to submit a form to the school so that we can allow that stuff to happen. And then of course you got to attend all the board meetings and help contribute to getting everything planned.
And then for treasurer, basically what Ella said, but except for the paperwork. So instead, you would be counting the money for the fundraisers and basically dealing with the finances. And Miss Patty helps out a lot with that. So.
For the historian position, for the entire year, you have to make a scrapbook and basically just capture all the fun things that we did throughout the year and make it all pretty so we can look back on it.
And then for social media specialist, basically you get to run our Instagram page. So you get to post our events that we're doing, post pictures from it. I do a fun thing called Trivia Tuesday, Fun Fact Friday. So just it's pretty fun. You just want to engage the club with the peers, so.
And promote the club,
Yeah.
so whether that's posters or Instagram stuff, so. If you guys are interested in the position, and it could be any position up here, you just prepare like a 1 to 2 minute video introducing you, sort of why you're running for this position, why we should vote for you, that sort of thing. What are you bringing to Science Honor Society? And then just take that video and email it to the email address that's up here on the TV screen. And if you guys could do that by January 23rd, I'll compile all the videos and then we'll do like an online ballot for you guys to vote for officer positions for the next year. And we're doing it early.
The teachers, not interruption, teachers just, announcement, we have a building for the students due to implement. The teachers be mindful and supervisor and
We're doing this early so that the new officers can meet with the current officers so that when we come back in the next year, everybody on the board kind of knows what they're doing, because all these guys are graduating and it would be kind of chaos to have new people come in and not have anybody to sort of talk to as far as like what they need to do in their position. So that's why we're doing it so early. Right?
All right, so for the science spotlight of this month, it is Earth and Space Science. Okay, to start off with our first Earth and Space Science teacher here at VHS, it's Mr. Peraznik. He's originally from Port Charlotte and wanted to pursue either criminal justice or education, which kind of worked out because he's a teacher. He's taught for almost 20 years here at Venice. He's taught physical science, biology, environmental science, marine science, and of course, Earth and Space Science. He's also the boys soccer coach here at Venice, and one of his hobbies is being a beekeeper. He has 5 kids, 2 dogs, 2 cats, and 2 cows, which is quite impressive. He attended MCC, USF, and NLU, and received a bachelor's in science, a master's in curriculum, and a master's in administration. So a pretty educated guy. Our other Earth and Space, supposed to be doing this, that's why. Okay. Our other Earth and Space Science teacher is Mr. Godino. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. He's originally from Cordoba, Argentina. He has 2 degrees, where he has a math degree from the US and then a math and physics degree from Argentina. He originally wanted to go into astronomy, which kind of worked out because he is teaching Earth and Space Science. And then in Argentina, he taught math and physics, and he's been teaching at Venice for nearly 7 years, and he's taught Algebra 1, environmental science, and Earth and Space Science. And some of his hobbies include puzzles, crosswords, hiking, reading, listening to music, and camping. So some fun facts about space that are out of this world. Neutron stars, which are created when the supernova dies and the core collapses on itself, are so dense that 1 teaspoon of that star would be equal to the weight of Earth's entire population. And since Pluto is considered a dwarf planet, its moon, Charon, is also considered a dwarf planet. So it's just 2 dwarf planets orbiting each other, technically. And then Earth's estimated age of 4.5 billion is actually only 1/3 of the universe's estimated age, which is kind of crazy because we don't even know everything about the history of the Earth. So there's no way at this time that we know what happened 13.5 billion years ago. So if you're interested in pursuing Earth and Space Science, there are some possible career paths. So there's mainly like 2 paths you can go down. So you can become a scientist, which includes astronomer, plasma physicist, and atmospheric scientist. In Florida, we have some pretty good education, like UF, Florida Tech, and Embry-Riddle all have astronomy programs that are pretty well-renowned. If you're looking to go more the physics route, we have UF, FSU, and UCF. However, the other path you can go down is engineering. And if you want to stay within astronomy, you can do aerospace, mechanical, computer hardware, and electrical engineering. And once again, you can do USF, UF, UCF, and Embry-Riddle. They're all pretty known in the industry for having good engineering programs. And Florida is just kind of a good location because we have Cape Canaveral over on the other side of the coast, which has, you know, NASA, SpaceX, and all that stuff. So if you want to get started in a career, we're in a good location. And I know we all kind of know about the space race, but there's some participants we may not know about. So especially that we're heavy in the science side. So over on this photo, that's Margaret Hamilton. She was the head of software engineering at NASA at the time of the Apollo program. And she actually wrote Apollo's guidance program. And that is her standing next to the code of Apollo's guidance program. So it was literally her height. And then we have John Albert Hobart. He got NASA to use the lunar orbit rendezvous program, which is what he's trying to explain in the other photo. And then we also have Nancy G. Roman. She started pretty much NASA's astronomy program in the late 40s, early 50s. And then Betty Love was considered a human calculator before our computers were advanced enough to do a lot of the calculations. And she worked for NACA, which is essentially NASA before it was NASA, because they were focused more on rocket launches for the military aspect. And she initially programmed some of the original computers for NASA. And to round it up, we have some trivia. Does anyone know which planet has the largest ocean? No guesses. No.
What is it?
It's Jupiter. Okay. And then how many stars are in the Big Dipper? Yes.
Nice. Good job.
And then in the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, does anyone know what it is? It is a black hole.
Cool. All right, so I can do this, I guess. All right, so guys, we have a lot of stuff coming up. So I wanted to kind of go ahead and give you an overview as to what we have. So since this month is all about Earth space, one of the things that we're going to do as an activity, so this counts as an activity, not community service, which is kind of a different thing, is we are actually going to be growing chili peppers. And these aren't just any regular chili peppers. These come from NASA, and it is a part of what's called the NASA Space Chili Pepper Challenge. So they are growing these exact chili peppers in space, and they are challenging people here on Earth to manipulate variables here on Earth to try to grow the best, fastest, most delicious chili pepper. So this is an official chili pepper space challenge. Sorry, I'm going to get tangled as I say this like 1,000 times. But we are going to start this next Thursday after school. There is an official Facebook if you guys are on Facebook anymore. You're welcome to follow along. And essentially what we do is we plant the chili peppers, we collect data, monitor like all the variables in the environment and report back to NASA. And they use all that information to help grow their chili peppers in space, which is really cool. Also, on Wednesday, the 25th, we are going to have an actual NASA engineer Zoom in with us to talk to us about what he does for NASA. This is a personal friend of mine. His name is Andy Sokol. He's spoken with our club before COVID. He was actually able to come to school and talk. This time, he's going to be Zooming in with us. The speaking is going to last for approximately an hour. So I just kind of want to let you guys know that ahead of time. But it's Wednesday, January 25th after school. He has been working for NASA forever. So if you are in any way interested in any sort of aeronautical engineering pathway, he is definitely the guy to talk to. But this would also count as an activity. So if you guys would come, that will count towards one of the activities that you have to have per semester. Also, looking further into the future, this is kind of a big thing, which is why I'm telling you this now. But in March, on Saturday the 4th, from 3 to 8 p.m. is a community service opportunity for you. We're going to do something called Relay for Life. Has anybody done Relay for Life before? Okay, so it's a little different since COVID. Instead of it being an overnight thing, it's only from the hours of 3 to 8. You will get community service hours for participating, and I'll give you more details as to what that looks like in just a little bit. But our goal is to raise $1,000 for the American Cancer Society. And so far we've raised $418. So I'm gonna have my board members pass this little paper out. It's got the details for Relay for Life and a QR code. If you show that QR code to anybody to scan, it'll take it to our donation page and they can donate towards our team. So I really want to try to shoot for $1,000, but if we get more, that would be even more amazing. Okay, so I'm going to pass if you guys want to distribute that. So that's March 4th. Looking further into the future, on April 22nd is another community service opportunity. We did this last year. We're going to participate in something called Tree Plenish, where we are going to replenish our community with trees. And this is really important, especially this year because of the hurricane. We've lost so many trees in our community. So this is from 8 a.m. to noon here at Venice High School. Our goal is going to be to try to sell and plant 300 saplings, which saplings are tiny trees. I'm not talking giant trees, okay? So don't think you're going to be planting giant trees. They're just little saplings. And so those that did it last year actually had some pretty decent fun. So we'll talk more about that in April. But I wanted to put these dates out here because they're kind of large commitments. And I just wanted you to know this for your calendar. So if you guys could please take a picture of the screen so you know what's coming up when, so that you can plan accordingly and make sure that you get the community service hours you need for the club and that you can participate in our club fully. Does anybody have any questions about what they see here on the screen? All right, I'm going to change the slide. Has everybody gotten their pictures they need? Do you guys have anything? Okay. So that brings us to the end of our meeting. Our next meeting will be February the 3rd. And for IB seniors, that is the day of the Epcot trip. So we need to get started right on time. We're going to get it in, done, out, and you'll be on the bus heading to Epcot. Okay. So I know that that's the day of the Epcot field trip, but we'll be done well before the buses depart. So don't worry. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Enjoy your 3-day weekend.